Hello and welcome to this week's Sunday show. My name is Gail Moffat and I am broadcasting this every Sunday for you. I'm putting it on YouTube. And so for those people that are listening to my shows, I hope you're enjoying them and thank you for supporting me. Now, one of the people that I'm connecting to today is I'm just being made very aware that Mother Mary is standing by the side of me, and she wishes to communicate with you all, and she's saying to me that my losses were great in my lifetime. Not only did I lose my son, I lost many of my children prematurely. Either they were killed in some way or another. And she says that the pain that she felt in her heart was immense. And she says that it's like it's almost like she cannot explain to you how difficult that was. To lose one child is a tragedy. To lose more than one and several is just awful. And she wants to explain to you that what it meant to her to lose children, because she knows that there are many people in the world that of course have lost children themselves, and she says her experience of this was the pain never went away. It just didn't. It didn't go away. She felt bereft for the rest of her life. And it wasn't until she arrived in the spirit world was she able to heal from this pain that she was feeling. She feels as though she wants to share this story for a particular reason, because she wants to help people in this grief and help people understand that she understands what it is like to lose a child. But she also is talking to me about how they lived their lives, and she's giving me a piece of bread, and she's placing this piece of bread in my hand, and it's like they would use their hands to pick up the piece of bread and eat it, and she's making me feel as though a lot of the meals were bread orientated. So they used bread a lot, and she says that she would regularly make bread, sort of almost like sort of every day. But she says it's not the bread that you see today. It was a different sort of bread, and she's making me feel as though it was unleavened. It was flat. It hadn't risen like bread does today. So I don't feel as though they were using yeast at that time. She's making me feel as though it was like sort of flat bread. And so because of this, she's saying that it used to last for some time, and there were times that where they would, and it's almost like they would toast it. But when they used to toast it, they would toast it on a sort of like an oven that had a fire in it. And sometimes they would toast the bread, particularly if it was going over. And she says that she's aware that people would be fascinated with some of the foods that they would have eaten at that time, and so she wants to share this story of the bread. But she also is talking to me about how she was able to see spirit herself, and as you know, Gabriel came to her many times, but she's saying to me that God also spoke to her many times, and because of that, she was able to share her experiences with all of her children. And she's saying to me that it took a long time for her to learn the skills in order to be able to see spirit. And just like mediums today, she says that she was a medium. She was able to see spirit and connect to spirit, and this is what she's talking about. And she's saying she would like to encourage many people to develop their mediumship, because she says that we're in an era and in a time where the spirit world wants to communicate more with people on the earth plane. They want to guide people more and help people in their lives. And she's saying the only way that we can do that is if people develop their mediumship and become stronger in their connection to spirit. And so she's urging many people to be sort of diligent in sort of working with spirit. But she says in a way that she was lucky because she had her teachers too, and one of her teachers was resided in the temple, and she would go to her teacher many times and sit with her teacher, and the teacher would teach her about how to, and I feel that this teacher is a male, and would teach her how to connect to the spirit world. And she says that I was really grateful for that foundation and that understanding of the spirit world. And it wasn't just, she says, it wasn't just the word, it wasn't just the teaching of how to open up and connect to the spirit world, but it was also about spiritual matters. And she says that she would read information that was given to her from her teacher, and she would take this information in and learn it by rote and learn it by heart. She's saying to me that without this teacher, none of this would have been possible, because this teacher taught her, and she was able to teach her son, the Son of God. And she's very grateful for those formative years, because without those formative years, none of the religion and Catholicism and Christianity would have taken place. And this is something that she has great delight in, knowing that she was a founder member of the church. So this is words that Mother Mary wishes to share with you. I hope you've enjoyed these words, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.